Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the August 2020 Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Leo. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it will not apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this month's reading in regards to your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So do take a look at your natal chart, see the corresponding zodiac signs, and see which video's title resonates for you most. If you have other zodiac signs that are placement heavy and you feel like that video's title resonates for you more, that's fine, you can watch that video instead. So with regards to the spread, I'll be using 2 cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, 1 card from the Moonology, a few cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot, 5 to 6 usually, and depending on what comes out. Was planning 5, but you know, things happen. And then getting clarifications using the intuitive. So let's have a look at what's coming up for you at this time. Also, just to let you know, if you would like a personal reading with myself, you can find all the information in the description box below. Okay, so what's coming up for Leo with regards to the shadow aspects, what's being surfaced at this time in order to be understood, healed, purged, or transformed, what is being revealed, particularly with the full moon in Aquarius transit for Leo. And please keep in mind that these energies are going to be present or relevant for the next week to 2 weeks, okay? For Leo, please. Right. Oh, interesting. So the cards you got are Calling the Storm and Artificial Hearts. Ah, Leo. You've experienced some kind of heartbreak recently. Either you lost a connection that meant absolutely everything to you, or you are in a new connection that just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same as to what was in the past, the kind of connection you had in the past with someone specific, right? And perhaps you're like, well, there's nothing I can do about it now. I just have to ride the energies that are present, you know, shut my heart down and just play the part, right? Because I will never find this kind of connection again. I'll never have it as good as I had it. And I'm just going to have to go with the flow, right? But there is deception in that, because you still, you know, as you can see from her metallic tears here, there is still love. It's just that part of your heart space is shut down and you're just playing your part. You're just playing the good wife, you know, like, you know, obviously I'm not saying you're a wife, but it's just the metaphor, right? Even though that you are really brokenhearted, that's the reality, you know. And you're just riding those waves. You're just going with that energy. And, you know, I feel like you're kind of allowing yourself to just wallow in the pain of it. But in a place where you're just kind of, you know, you're allowing yourself to feel the pain. And you're just kind of riding that wave and just going with whatever happens in life. You're just like, I don't care. I'll just do whatever, you know. It's kind of like that energy of giving up, you know. So you're just like, you know, whatever's coming up in my life, I will just go with it. Like, I really don't care anymore. It's that kind of energy. So there is an element of despair there, but I feel that comes from being brokenhearted. You know, it's like, well, there's nothing else I can do. You know, there's nothing I can do here. So my best, you know, option at this point is just to move forward with the situation that I'm currently in and just play my part, play my role, see what happens, you know. So let's have a look at Calling the Storm. So yeah, I feel like, you know, a lot of shit hit the fan. I feel like perhaps you had a huge falling out with someone, or, you know, there was a very destructive end to a connection, and you are dealing with the aftermath of that, and you're like, okay, well, it is what it is. I'm not going to fight against it. I'm just going to allow it to be whatever it is. You know, even though it does bring you a lot of pain and it does bring you a lot of despair in some level, you're not allowing it to show though. You're just kind of going with the flow, just, you know, just riding that energy pretty much, even though it doesn't make you happy, because you're like, there's nothing that can be changed. It is what it is. So I'm just carrying on, just moving forward. That's it. Regardless of anything else, how I feel, what I want, none of that matters, because it is what it is. With artificial heart, as I was saying, part of you is closed down. You've closed off some of your heart space because the pain is too great, right? And you want to move on with your life. So you're possibly in a new connection, but you're seeing the difference. It's not the same. You don't have the same soul level connection as you had in the past. So you're just playing your part. You're just trying to be a good girlfriend, a good boyfriend, a good partner, right? Just doing what's expected of you. But you still can't forget the fact, I mean, you see how she's got a collar on and a chain? You still can't forget the fact that you feel you belong to someone else, right? And when you think about it, when you give yourself a moment to consider this person or consider the connection you had, it brings a lot of sorrow. You know, and you're like, how is it I'm able to even feel this much emotion when I thought I was completely shut down, switched off? But I'm not, apparently. Oh, Leo, that's heavy energy. I'm sorry you feel like that. I don't know what happened with you and this person, but honestly, that's not an energy you want to live in, surely. Okay. So let's see what the tarot... Oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Why am I jumping to tarot? We need to get a Moonology card first. So let's see. Let's see if there's any advice that we can get from the Moonology to help you shift this energy, because it's not pleasant to be in, you know. So let's see if we can help you with that, if this resonates for you. All right. So interestingly enough, you got don't let the past hold you back. South Node, right? Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node in astrology is all about, you know, like it says, the past, what you're leaving behind, previous chapters, you know, previous cycles, especially when it comes to karma, right? So what is it that you're so fixated on with the past when it comes to this person? As I said, I feel like you feel that you belong to this person, you know, with that energy of the artificial heart there, right? So you're still feeling like there's an energetic cord between you and this person. And regardless of what you do, you can't sever it. And that's what keeps you kind of locked into the past energy and just that feelings of loss and despair, right? But you can't let that, you know, you can't let whatever happened in the past stop you from living your life. So if it means that you want to reconcile with this person, that's something you're going to have to admit to yourself and then do something about. You know, you can't pretend that you're fine when you're not. You can't pretend that you're moving forward when you're still kind of looking back, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're looking forward, but you're also looking back. So you can't let whatever took place between you and this person in the past stop you from, you know, having a present, right? So something needs to change here. Either you need to reach out to this person and address this head on, or you need to release it. It's one or the other. You know, you can't stay it's caught between two energies, because that's why you're kind of trying to just ride the wave of this fallout energy, but you're still so fixated on what happened. You know, this is what you're trying to move. This is you trying to move forward, regardless of how you're feeling. But this is you being so much in your feelings and not being able to let it go. So that's the thing. You have to make a decision here, Leo. Okay. So let's see what the tarot can tell us with regards to this situation that may be playing out for you at this time with whomever you're connected to. Okay. So the first card you've got is the Seven of Wands, fire energy, your energy, as well as Aries and Sagittarius. So yeah, you're just trying to keep everything beneath the surface. I feel like you're trying to block anyone from seeing, you know, the truth of the matter, how you truly feel. You see how there's this illumination, this is the revealing of your true feelings, what you truly want, right? You're trying to block that from being seen. You don't want to even think about it, but yet it's still playing heavily on your heart space and on your mind. Because this is what you truly want. What you truly want is this connection, right? And that's what you're trying to fight against at the moment. That's what you're trying to block out. You're trying to deceive yourself into thinking that's not what you want, but it is. It's there clear as day. Next card you have is the Four of Cups in reverse. Water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're like, I'm not willing to put myself out there because I know I'm just going to get rejected. I'm not willing to just, extend myself to this person, laying it all bare how I feel, being completely vulnerable, which is something I feel like, Leo, if this reading applies to you, I feel like this is something maybe you've been struggling with. And this is why it's kind of played out partially in this way. Like, you're afraid to be vulnerable. You're afraid to, lay your soul bare as to what it is that you want, how you truly feel. So you've already gave up in your mind. You already feel like they're just going to reject it. What's the point? It makes no sense putting myself out there when they're never going to listen to me. They're never going to believe that's how I feel. They're never going to want to, start something new, or at least resolve this so we're not at each other's throats, or, ignoring each other, or things being really awkward, right? They're not even want to be amicable. So what's the point in extending, my true feelings on the matter? Next card you have is the Ten of Wands. So more fire energy. Yeah, you're finding it difficult. You're finding, carrying this energy, carrying all these thoughts and feelings really heavy. Even this connection in general, I think you're finding it like really, really heavy, to deal with. You're like, I can't deal with this anymore. I can't take this much more. I just want it to end one way or another. Either by resolving it or just freeing it entirely. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know what I need to do. And I certainly don't want to put myself out there, but either way, something has to give. I can't do it anymore. Okay? And then finally you have the Sun, which is your card, Leo. So with all of this, heavy energy, with all of this looking back, being upset, feeling like you're having to just move forward in this energy of, apathy, right? You've got the Sun at the end. So it's reminding you, listen, tap into what it is you truly want. This light here, right? This truth, what you really want, which is, i.e., this connection, that is your Sun here, right? So this is the thing. What do you really want? Do you really want to let this go, or do you really want to be with this person? You have to come to the honest, you have to be honest with yourself and come to, the honest realization of what your heart and your mind and your intuition is telling you, not what your fears are telling you, right? So let's clarify now, Leo. But it's like saying, listen, if once you start being honest with yourself, you can start exploring what will make you happy. But while you're just trying to come up with every excuse under the sun not to confront that or do anything about it, you're never going to be happy. But happiness is available to you right now. All it takes is you accepting, addressing, and taking positive action. One way or another. I'm not saying everything's going to be fixed overnight and everything's going to be, just absolutely perfect. But, you can start taking positive steps forwards and getting yourself out of this energy. Because you can't change what's already been done, but you can certainly change what you do now, right? So whatever was said or done, that's in the past. That needs to be released, on both sides. Whatever you said and did, whatever they said and did, that just needs to be let go of at this point. Okay, so clarifying the Seven of Wands here, you've got the High Priestess, right? So Pisces energy. So you could be dealing with a Pisces here, just saying. But yeah, you already know. This is the thing, you're intuitively, you already know what it is you want, but you're not willing to express it. It's like there's a reason why you're putting up barriers and trying to compartmentalize your own heart space on what it is that you truly want, because you find it too painful and you feel like it's beyond you, and that requires you kind of letting your ego drop a little bit. Because I feel like there might be some pride here, especially with your energy, the sun being at the end there. There is also an element of pride that's preventing you from speaking out on what it is that you truly want. But the reality is you know what it is, Okay. So clarifying the Four of Cups in reverse, you have the Nine of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. As I said, you could be dealing with a Pisces here, very strong Pisces energy. But I feel like with the Nine of Cups, clarifying the Four of Cups in reverse, yeah, it's just stubbornness. It's like you trying to protect your heart space, right? You're like, I'm not willing to extend my feelings first because, I don't want to be vulnerable. They're the ones that should be vulnerable. They should be saying sorry and coming up to me. There is a little bit of ego here, okay? So that's the thing. You're like, okay, they're the ones that should be apologizing. They're the ones that need to try and fix this. They're the ones that should be showing that they care about me. That's your ego talking. The reality is you do want to, make this gesture, but you feel like, I don't know, maybe in some way it's going to take more than you're willing to give to try and fix the situation. Because you're like, I just want my happiness at this point, and I'm not feeling it, and I'm not willing to put myself out there and be humiliated when I get inevitably rejected, right? But you don't know that for a fact. You're just assuming that, right? Because you're afraid of putting yourself out there and being vulnerable to that extent. But maybe that's exactly what you need to do. Maybe this is a part of your lesson, learning when to put pride aside and, speak from the heart, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, giving yourself permission to be vulnerable. So clarifying the 10 of Wands here, you have the World card, okay? So this is it. This is talking about the cycle coming to a close. Once you say, okay, I can't do this anymore, something has to give, I'm going to make a change, boom, cycle ends, new one begins, right? So that already tells me that things will not be the same once you decide to take action. In the Rider-Waite deck, the 10 of Wands, you see a man holding all these wands, and it looks like he's about to drop it because it's getting heavy. You have to drop it in order for this new cycle to begin. So you have to make a conscious decision and take some form of action in order to resolve this either way, right? And then finally, clarifying the Sun here, you have the Four of Wands in reverse, okay? So more fire. This is saying, listen, you know what it is that you want. You know what will make you happier more than anything. And this situation that you're currently in, whether it's in a new connection or just exploring new possibilities or just, allowing yourself to wallow in misery alone, that's not going to give you the foundation that you're looking for, right? So you really need to think about what it is that you want. What is going to help you lay the groundwork so you can build a life with the person that you want to be with, right? Because right now, being in this energy, that's not going to happen. So that's what you need to address, okay? Either by releasing it for good and moving forward, doing the healing work, taking care of yourself, and allowing, connections with death to enter your life, or readdressing this issue, taking responsibility, sharing your feelings honestly and openly with this person, and seeing if there is a way in which you can resolve it, okay? Whether you're able to become friends, where there's just a mutual understanding, or you actually try and heal and restart the relationship, have a new beginning in the relationship, okay? So yeah, let's have a look finally then at your outcome then. You have the Five of Wands, conflict. Oh, Leo, what are we going to do with you? I feel like this isn't people, well, actually, Okay. I'm getting two things here. One, I feel like you're in conflict with yourself. Obviously, your fear and your desire is at odds with each other, right? So both energies are competing within yourself, right? To be the dominant energy and what drives you forward. But also, I feel like maybe perhaps one of the reasons why you don't want to extend an apology or express your true things or wanting to resolve the issue with this person is because you feel like there may be other people in the mix and it would just be too hard to try and compete with whatever's taking place currently. Because maybe you're in a connection already, perhaps the person you're dealing with is already in a connection or whatever, right? So perhaps the person you're dealing with is single and you know that they are getting a lot of attention right now. So you're just like, okay, I really don't want to have to compete with all these other people. You know, it's hard enough just mustering the courage to come up to this person and express what I feel. But if I have to then fight off everyone else, I'm just not going to have the energy for that. You know, 10 of Wands mode, I don't have the energy for that. So maybe that's what's kind of putting you off as well. But ultimately, like I said, Leo, either way, you have to take action and make a decision because you can't stay trapped between these energies, okay? So I hope that helps you. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed when your next reading goes live. I'd hate for you to miss it. And yeah, we'll see if this, situation comes up in your next reading, but take action. You have to take the bull by the horns and be an active participant in your life if you want to see positive changes, okay? Just to let you know, I have now just launched a Patreon page, okay? So if you would like exclusive access to extended readings, but also readings that you will not find, other readings that you will not find anywhere else, unique and exclusive readings for Patreon, you can become a patron by clicking the link in the description and becoming a member. There's different tiers you can join depending on what type of content you want access to, because I'll also be uploading different videos with regards to spiritual guidance, information, tips, support, okay? You will not find that anywhere else other than Patreon, okay? So do check that out. But otherwise, take care and I will speak to you soon. Bye.